Hey guys, and welcome back to Series 2, Episode 22 of the House Renovations.
It's been a while since I've done that, Holly.
Easy numbers.
In the last video, we asked you guys one very simple question, and that was, which episode do you think we are going to reveal the kitchen, the finished kitchen?
And I'm very pleased to announce that nobody guessed Episode 22. No one guessed this episode. So I'm very pleased to say that you're all still in the game because we're not revealing it this episode.
And basically, at the end of the day, your guys' guess are as good as ours at this point because we're getting quite tired of waiting for a finished kitchen. All we want to do is make a cup of tea, and we can't even do that. So in today's video, we have decided to crack on and finish a few odds and ends around the kitchen. So whilst we wait for the carpenter to actually come round and install our worktop, the electrician, as you can see, did not want to wait to install our appliances.
I am super happy. Not overly happy with the polystyrene worktop, but it'll do for now.
This isn't the finished look, the polystyrene. This is just here to, I don't know, protect it, support it. So even though we said we weren't going to install this until after the worktops, they are now done. The oven is in, powered on, as you can see.
It's an oven.
There's an oven. Door disappears, which is lovely. The microwave, which is here, looks all good. And then obviously the induction hob, which is on top. But as you can see here, we've got some funny pieces of wood. This isn't staying. Not a design feature we're keeping. This isn't going to be a design feature of a trip hazard. This is basically just a little piece of wood to rise it up because the shelf what the microwave was sat on was slightly too low, which basically put these handles off square. So I put these in just to square it up so these handles are now nice and symmetrical. So I basically have to put a bit of a wedge in here just to lift it up because annoyingly the shelf holes are just in the wrong place for this size microwaves. Also, one thing what we've done since the last video is built these as well. These are just IKEA cabinets. These were actually delivered when the IKEA kitchen was delivered, but I don't think we've actually shown these, have we?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure at this point.
So I've built these since the last video. These will be where our kind of like...
This is where James is, this is all James's pasta storage. This is how much James likes pasta.
And look how good it fits into here. So we're obviously governed by this door. We haven't put the architrave on or anything. So once the architrave goes on, look at that. It is going to hold these cabinets up all nice, which is going to look amazing. The other thing I've got to do today is basically put the skirting board on. As you can see, there's no skirting boards on down here, but I couldn't put the skirting boards on until we knew that all this was going to fit. So it feels so much different in here just by moving those few bits away from the wall. It just makes it feel a lot bigger, a lot more spacious, which is amazing. But at the same time, we can't get kind of too used to it because obviously we've still got to put everything back in on the wall. But now it's all been moved away, we can actually see that, well, what I'm doing, and that is putting the skirting board straight on here. So this is like a nice and easy one because it's just one length of skirting board. And then we just got to do this little corner around here. Got nothing else to say. So I've also got these as well, which was from the storage heater, the bricks which were in there. This is what made that storage heater so heavy. But I can literally just use these as, look how dirty they are. I can use these as wedges basically, up against the wall. Ooh, there's little spiders on there. It's absolutely pouring down with rain outside. That's why these are so messy. So whilst I've been over here getting these skirting boards all stuck on against the wall, Holly has been super busy over here. What are you up to, Holly?
Sanding this bit of wood. It probably does not look any different from the camera, but to us, it does this bit anyway.
Well, you can kind of see,
a lot different.
yeah, so you can look up there, it was all kind of like just painty and messy and dirty and stuff.
So once we sanded it, we're then gonna varnish it like we did with the doors upstairs. So we've got like an ash varnish to sort of take some of the colour back to match all the other wood, and then we'll just put a clear over the top to make sure it's nice and durable, because our table will be here.
But having that piece of wood there means it's going to match having the wooden worktops and then the wood obviously up here as well. So it's a nice bit of consistency throughout the house or throughout the kitchen.
And then we won't be keeping this door, unfortunately. It's, I don't really know how to describe it.
Well, it's a very nice door. It's a very
nice
old door, but we're thinking we're probably going to have a door with some form of glass in it, because then we can kind of, I don't know, see out into the hallway.
The hallway is very dark. Like when you walk down the stairs, because we blocked up the door, there is no light, so it's very dark. So we're thinking that it would be good to get some light going in. So we're going to replace this door to have one with glass.
And also, we're going to flip the hinge as well, because annoyingly, or as annoying it is at the moment, Holly would demonstrate, the door opens into the room, which I find very annoying.
I think that just used to be a thing with old houses. The door opens what we consider the wrong way.
Yeah, so what we're going to do to make kind of more use of space is put the hinges on this side, so when it flips open, the door sticks against that wall, because 9 times out of 10, that door is probably going to stay open pretty much all the time. Yeah. So having it out the way against the wall there will make it seem a lot better. Now I have to say, painting skirting boards is not up there with my favourite things to do in the house. It's probably one of my least favourite things, especially painting white things white. These skirting boards were pre-primed. All of the skirting boards we put on in this house were pre-primed. I just don't think that it's good enough to do a top coat on straight away, so I always tend to do a few layers of undercoat first, even though, like I just said, it is already pre-primed. I just feel like another few layers of undercoat just gives it that extra little bit of protection, and especially this area here being in the kitchen, this is where our dining table is going to go, so there is potential where the chair legs might hit against this actual skirting board, so it's good to have a few extra layers of paint to give it that extra little bit of protection. So at the weekend, me and Holly actually went and did a bit of shopping at IKEA, and we picked up a few things. One of them is a new lamp for the extension or for the lounge, which I'll show you a bit later when it's actually dark outside, because it's a lamp and obviously it has a light bulb in it and it looks a lot better at night. And also we bought a new shelving unit. This area here, like I've always said, or I keep saying, none of this actually belongs in this room. This is all just kind of like storage at the moment. So the kitchen table and the chairs and stuff, they're all going into the actual kitchen against the wall, and that's where we're putting the skirting board on at the moment. And also this kind of, what do you even call that? Shelving unit or whatever it is over there. That was what we had in the flat, and that was just basically put there for safekeepings. So the new shelving unit is going to be going in that corner right there. I think this looks super smart in the corner of the room. It looks a lot better than what was there before, and the main reason why we went for this kind of black matte aluminium, black metal, is to kind of match it with the doors, and again it adds a little bit of consistency that keeps running on throughout the house. Okay, so it is definitely dark enough outside to show off the new lamp. Holly,
yes.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Are you ready? Because here it is. This is the lamp, And
what a finale that was.
that was just the problem with the wide lens. You just see everything.
There's the lamp.
There's the lamp.
I do have to say,
Yes.
it just looks like a stacked up toilet roll holder
It does,
with toilet
doesn't
roll.
it? But it looks much better when it's on. I have to admit, yeah, not 100% when it's off, but when it's on, it looks amazing. So are you ready?
I'm ready, Holly.
You
Let's
ready?
do it.
Ta-da!
Looks so much better.
Much better. So it does have colour changing bulbs in. I don't know if you can see that. You might have to turn the lights
Oh yeah,
off.
hold on, bear with.
So hopefully you can see that a little bit better. We do have one small issue, is this bulb is faulty and it just wants to default to white, so it isn't playing ball with all the rest of the bulbs and being nice pretty colours, but that's an easy fix. But I think it'll look really nice if the big toilet wall went behind the plants.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so as you can see, the skirting board is now done. It looks really, really nice and really tidy and kind of finishes it off really nicely. And I've also put some clear silicone underneath the edge as well. But it does mean now that these cabinets here can go back into that corner, and I'm going to drill them against the wall to make sure they're all nice and secure. Okay, so this has gone pretty smoothly so far. All what's left for me to do is to basically screw in those holes which I've just drilled, which are fasten it against the wall, then it's all kind of nice and solid, and then I can put the architrave up the side of the door. All right, so these are now all completely fastened and solid to the actual wall. They are not moving anywhere, which is really good because this is where we're going to be putting all of our like dry foods and stuff, like we said earlier, and it basically means that it's not going to come toppling on top of our heads. So you might actually notice as well that these are slightly different than these actual cabinets. Now, these aren't normally made for kitchens. These are called Ekit. The actual finish of these are slightly different than the actual kitchen cabinets, but I don't think it's that much of an issue, and it fits in this gap so well, and it's just utilizing this space even more to have even more storage in the kitchen, because as you all know, storage in a kitchen is like super hard to come by, so that is why we've got as many drawers and cupboards and stuff in the kitchen as we possibly can. Now having that architrave on there like that helps support this even more, because now it's like sandwiched in there. And doing this also means that we can then paint this door frame, paint that little bit of architrave I've just put on there. Obviously I've still got to put a little bit more on there and down this side as well. And then we can also get a door on there, because once the kitchen is finished, I don't want to be looking at this just absolute mess. Now, I was just about to say I'm probably being a little bit impatient because I want to bring the dining table or the kitchen table in and put it against this wall now the skirting board's done. But then I had a thought, I'm not being impatient because this kitchen has literally taken us like 6 months, probably over 6 months actually, to get it to the state it is now. So it's not being impatient. Please don't drop it.
I don't want to drop it.
This kitchen table and these chairs weren't ever kind of planned to be.
This was the first set of table and chairs I bought for my flat over 10 years ago.
But what are we saying, Holly?
Yeah, I think though, we kind of need...
Yes, where is it? Where is it?
No. How have we lost it? We had it yesterday.
Found it. We also have... Gosh, I thought I was going to drop it then. Will basically be hung over the center of the table. And if you guys can remember as well, many videos ago
now,
we put some metal up into the ceiling so we can then basically put a hook onto the ceiling through the magnet, and then this long cable means that we can basically hook the light up further over into the room, so then when we want to move
the table out,
we can get more chairs around, and the light is still in the center of the table. And also we have done something which some people are gonna love and some people are probably gonna absolutely hate that we've done this to our house. And I want you guys to comment in the comment section down below whether you love it or you hate it. We changed our downlights for RGB smart bulbs, which basically means now we can have a party, or a disco in the actual kitchen. We can get a party on, Holly. What are you saying?
I really like it. I do think, however, that this light up here should have been a disco ball.
The pendant light?
Yeah.
Should we take this back and put a disco ball
I think we missed a trick there.
He reckons we should have a disco ball hanging above the kitchen table. Let us know in the comment section down below.